this game ends up going the distance here, simply because... Welcome to Cactus Valley, spawning in the top right position as the blue Terran player, representing Team Liquid.net. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Bunny, the reigning hot seat champion. And that position is now being threatened by a rampant red Zerg player spawning in the bottom left-hand position. He plays for Root Gaming, ladies and gents. He goes by the name Hydra. Well, this is going to turn out to be a pretty good series. I really want to see it go all the way to game number 9. I feel like the longer macro games have been bunnies to take, and I feel like the last game was almost a little bit of an exception because of the gold base and how he had to make that first attack work. It just meant it was a little bit more gamble, but a little bit more reward on Vani. We're now on Cactus Valley. Are we going to be seeing a longer game here? Also note that in the Zerg's base, again, just a little bit of a distance to the natural expansion. If you take a look at the distance to the third as well, it's not exactly that clear just how he'll be able to defend all of that. Just very, very open. And Hydra's creep spread is going to be able to help there because, of course, he'll be spreading creep all the way out here into the middle of the map as well. But it is still a lot of ground to cover. Your units still take longer to travel there, even if it happens to be on creep. So we'll see what that approach brings, and if Bunny can take advantage of that here. After Cactus Valley, we still have Inferno Pools and Iron Fortress in the first group of 7. Before we go on to re-vetoes, by the way, if anyone was interested in knowing that. And in the meantime, make sure you go ahead and give these guys a peek on Twitter as well. They're at Liquid_Bunny and at ROOT.hydra. If you didn't already know that, and you weren't already following them, then quick, before the action happens, go and follow them on Twitter. If you want to let me know how the broadcast is going as well, many thanks for your heads up during game number 1, for example. Really appreciated that. I'm on Twitter myself at JoRoSaR, and of course you can find the main sponsor for the entire tournament at Ding It TV. Many thanks for that as well. Reaper Man, unfortunately, is going to be scouting the wrong place initially, so it's going to take a very, very long time for it to get to the main and natural expansions. Just makes it a little bit easier for those queens to pop out in time for Hydra as well. And he's already, of course, got those Zerglings out long before drones start mining. Now, Hydra has seen all of this, of course. And Bunny now just calmly chilling out with the Reaper, trying to get a little bit of damage done here on the Zerglings, but 6 Lings and a couple of Queens mean that a single Reaper won't be able to help very much. He is therefore going to be coming in with his friend, and there is a drone or 2 at the natural expansion, so maybe he's going to go ahead and try and pick off the weaklings there. Does need to be a little bit careful, though. Now, this Queen's actually quite far off creep. Is he going to be able to come and dish round the other side? He's going to give that a go. The Queen gets back onto creep in just enough time, and... ooh, very nice, very quick reactions there. I'm pretty sure a fraction of a second later, and this Spore Crawler wouldn't have gone down. This Queen is desperately trying to kill off that one Reaper, but really, really good micro there from Bunny prevents it from going down. So there we go. The lucky drone that survived, currently on 13 hit points, and we have a third Reaper coming in as well. So Bunny trying to get more damage done this time than he did last time around. The third command center has now gone down for him as well. And here come the 3 Reapers. Are we going to see more damage? There are 2 Queens here. Needs to be a little bit careful. 1 drone goes down, okay, but this is a 3 Reaper investment. He'll be hoping for a little bit more than that, but all of them do survive, and he's able to come in another day. Zergling speed is done, though, and he's going to catch at least 1 Reaper out on the map. That is not good news, and Bunny's going to have to hightail it home with these 2 other Reapers to try and stop these Zerglings from doing an awful lot of damage. This command center on the low ground is going to become an orbital command, but the SCV is going to have to go up. There is nothing right now, nothing to defend on the low ground, no bunker up, but he raised the supply depots, and the first 2 Hellions are on their way. So, good damage control there from Bunny, and unfortunately... these Lings, really good thought there from Hydra, just not able to get any damage done whatsoever. Third hatchery now coming down for Hydra. He's going to be getting his layer as well simultaneously. Now, these bases, once again, just mentioning, they're really, really far apart, so at least one of these active creep tumors is going to have to go towards spreading the creep down here. And I feel like Bunny might be trying to take advantage of that a little bit later on. I mean, we've seen how aggressive he's trying to be. I like how he's positioning these Hellions as well to prevent any sort of Ling run-bys as the rest of the army is popping up. Really, really good move there. Here come the Lings, so let's see how well it ends up doing. We're going to SCV drill. Is a single SCV going to go down? That one SCV? Yes, it manages to kill off a single SCV by the looks of things, but these Zerglings are definitely going to be toast. So not too many workers killed this game so far. Bunny is going to be poking and prodding again at the edge of creep. We'll see that the queens are there and decides, actually, this might not be a fight I want to take right now. So Bunny going to start walling off at home. Just the 2 supply depots. Notice how we don't actually have a bunker yet. Oh, we're going to be following that up with a little bit of Banshee. No cloak, by the way, in this game. So just the Banshee itself, and then we're actually going to be swapping straight back onto that tech lab so that we can start researching stim pack. So definitely another bio game coming out from Liquid Bunny here, not going for any sort of mecha perch whatsoever. And looks like all of these units are just going to be barreling down the 3rd base, and he wants to kind of hit it in the face, really, and see if he can't give his opponent a kick in the front teeth. We'll see if he's able to do that. I mean, 5 Hellions. Okay, he'll be able to give him at least a very, very good, solid kick. And here come the drones. Are they going to be moving back and forth? Oh, he's actually moving them back into mine. I'm not sure that's the wisest idea, mate. I mean, there are just way too many Hellions at the moment for that kind of strategy to count down. Now up to 3 queens. Okay, really good tactical retreat there. And actually, I don't think Bunny lost any units there, and he went up to 8 units killed. So that was really, really good by our Team Liquid Terran. We have another run-by of Lings trying to come around the side. And, well, actually, if he gets in that gap, that's going to be okay. But Bunny smells danger and closes that off with the engineering bays. Zergling's trying once again, looking to see if there might be an opening here. But he will actually spot... Oops, pardon me. He will actually spot that the wall is closed and realize that's not actually possible right now. Bunny has got the watchtower as well, so he knows... everything that's going. He will actually see these units potentially moving out towards him if Hydra decides to move back in towards the center. He's actually staying there at the moment, but these Hellions could probably get away with roasting that if they get a good position. And he's certainly going to give it a go. I mean, this... Well, Hydra has to be very, very careful now. If he clumps those Zerglings up, these Hellions can actually have them for breakfast. And that's exactly why he's moving out. Only now we got the 2 evolution chambers starting for Hydra. Baneling Nest for, this time definitely for defensive purposes coming down for him as well. He's up to 55 drones right now. And the Spire is complete with the first of the mutas on their way. So number of mutas on the field right now, 7. A respectable number. Not any sort of catastrophic number at the moment. And we actually have the missile turrets now going down in bases for Liquid Bunny. So there they are in the 3rd base. And not quite in the main yet, so just making sure we get the more vulnerable places checked off first. We can see a bunker coming down here as well. Oh, and a Widowmine. We're going to be putting it in the heart location behind the orbital command so that it can't be seen. Really, really sneaky there. And that lack of missile turret in the main base is actually going to be bugging Liquid Bunny quite a lot right now. Trying to zone out the mutas as much as he can. We have a Viking here as well. The mutas could take the Viking on, no problem. Unfortunately, these Marines are going to be saying no to that. We've got Zerglings and Banelings as well, interestingly, coming to try and kill off this 3rd base. Now... this 3rd base, I mean, having the bunker there makes so much difference. This Widowmine in front as well does a really good job of protecting it. Probably want to see some units in there soon, though, but we are actually rallying over, so not too big a concern right now. I want to know what these mutas are going to be able to do. There are only 6 on the field right now, and I don't feel like that's the kind of number where Hydra's able to do any meaningful damage, so maybe once again he's going into what we have seen in previous games, where... he has just enough units to worry Bunny, to say, actually, you better watch out, because I'm about to flood units your way. You're going to have to defend against this. He shows him the units and then goes ahead and grabs more bases off the back of it. So this 4th base and this 3rd base are so far away from each other, guys. It's really, really difficult to actually defend both. But right now, Hydra doesn't need to defend both because he's continuing to be aggressive with this small clump of units, just trying to keep Bunny in his base as long as possible. That does seem to be the theme. And Bunny this time, I mean, it looks like he might have had enough because we've got a Hellbat push potentially coming out here. And by the time he gets to the middle of the map, he'll already comfortably be on to creep. So that's going to be a little bit of an eye-opener for him. Killing a lot of creatures, but he won't be able to get all of them killed. And he's going to have to move on and try and see if he can take this fight. And, well, in the meantime, we have an attack. Oh, no! That one Baneling at the end actually doing so much damage. I mean, this bunker had 4 Marines in it. Really, Bunny maybe not paying attention a little bit here, but we have got this Hellbat attack that could end up being really, really good. Oh, the Widow Mine needs to be very, very careful. And with this number of Banelings in the Spine Crawler, that's so far out before even actually killing off a hatchery, maybe Hydra's going to be able to hold this. I don't know. There's the Widow Mine hit. The Mutas are going to be able to pick it off. And, well, it looks like we're actually going to be seeing a fight more or less around the watchtower, but it has to be so, so careful. Look at this many Banelings on creep as well. All right, and here come the Hellbats. There go the Hellbats. They were very clumped up indeed. The Banelings were able to absolutely annihilate everything. Here on the left-hand side, a couple of Marines survive. Ooh, being very brave, actually walking into all of the... continuing to... Dudes, don't do it. Don't do... Okay. Well, I warned them. That's all I can say. And right now, that was not an engagement that Bunny really wanted to take. He wanted to be able to get that entire army in one go, rather than move on to creep and just be surrounded both sides there. That's not the greatest engagement. Bunny currently on 120 supply versus 159. He needs to get some good Widow Mine hits. He needs to make sure that the start of his engagement is excellent in terms of splitting. His Hellbats didn't do a very good job for him at the beginning of that engagement, because they basically all got clumped up and died to the first wave of Banelings. If they were there to continue to tank, Medevacs were continuing to heal them. They were doing some fantastic AoE damage against the Zerglings that followed up. That fight could be a completely different story. But as it stands, Hydra looking like he might be taking a big amount of advantage here on Cactus Valley as well. And that means that Bunny would be in a 4-1 situation, which would be crazy. Bunny has never been 3 games... oh no, that's a lie. He has been 3 games down before. In fact, he's been 3 games down and come on to win before in Game 9. I remember that series. That might have been... It was either against Showtime or Wellmu. It was one of those Protosses where Bunny was... he was either 3-1 or 4-1 down and then came back to win 5-4. So the Mutas of Hydra now just trying to stop the production getting built. Doing a really good job, actually, in stopping the Marine production from the barracks. But a small stimmed contingent will be able to stop that. The Changeling actually doing a good job inside the base as well. And, well... Bunny just doesn't feel like he's able to get out of his base right now, so it's a very tricky situation to be in. He is waiting for 3-3 by the looks of things, and that actually is going to be pretty strong for him. He's going to have 3-3 by right about the same time that 2-2 completes for Hydra. He's got Thors incoming with this army, and we've got Widow Mines as well. A drop in the meantime, unfortunately, doesn't end up accomplishing much. The Mutalisk is just a little bit too versatile for that kind of play. And a Hydra will be able to mob up the left-hand side. We have another Marine here, just kind of chilling out, trying to kill off Overlords. And it looks like an Overseer is going to be able to get itself away. We actually see the Marine running away from the Overseer. Not really sure why. Maybe he's afraid of changelings. Oh. Okay, yeah, that didn't work too well. Well, you know, he tried. Go Billy Bob. Alright, so we have an attack now at the 3rd base location. This might be Hydra attempting to push in for the game. Ooh, that certainly wasn't a great initial engagement there. Bunny needs to start setting his Widow Mines. He needs to start thinking about whether or not his opponent is going to be attacking in at this point. And, well, actually going around, Bunny has decided, no, that is in fact not what's happening right now. We're instead going to be going straight into natural expansion. By the way, this wall is open. This wall is open. And this could end up being very important indeed, because while the battle is going on, it's possible we simply have units going into natural expansion. That's exactly what happens. Jesus! That number of SCVs that disintegrated. I mean, there's no way to split against that number of Banelings. And it's 87 drones against 40 SCVs right now. Great focus fire on those Hydralists. One of the engineering base goes down now. Can Bunny mount some sort of counterattack? Well, Hydra, I mean, he's been banking off the back of this. He's getting his 5th base now as well. If we take a look at the minerals and gas situation, Hydra is just mining so much more. All he did was instantly remax. And he instantly remaxed knowing that he has done so well in that engagement. And he took apart all of the workers in that base, that Bunny has to win the counterattack in order to win the game. Bunny can still win this counterattack, but it's going to require an awful lot of effort. The Marines are getting stimmed, they're getting split, but that actually gives the Zerglings more surface area to play with. And no, it won't be enough. On to creep, trying his best, but ROOT.hydra goes to what I think... It's a close to unprecedented point. He is 4-1 up against the 8-time hot seat champion, Liquid Bunny. Is today the day Bunny relinquishes his crown?